If you think that you need hundreds of books to make $10,000 on Amazon KDP, I want you to think again. In this video, I'm sharing 5 books that have made me over $10,000 in passive income. We're going to talk about literally the 5 things that allowed me to do this. My name is Jenny Hansen-Lane. I've published 600 books to figure this out. Not everyone makes me money, but I've made $120,000, and this channel is dedicated to helping you get the shortcuts you need to have more time freedom, okay? Let's dive in. Number 1, the most important thing that I did was picking niches that were in demand. Now, when you go on Amazon, you're not going to find the word niche, but you're going to find categories. When you look under bestseller, you're going to see that there is a plethora of different types of topics. Those topics can be considered as niches. Now, here's the interesting part. A lot of people decide to publish things that are very, very popular. But what is popular is not always profitable. Let that be a lesson to you, okay? What I focused on was what was profitable with less competition. This means if I was on a crowded market street and there were thousands of people selling oranges, I would have a Tangelo. I would have a watermelon. I would have something that could fit in the marketplace but would be different, and there would be a demand and a surge for my fruit because no one else is doing that in the same way. Now, it's still a fruit block, right? And so that's an important part, is understanding what the customer is looking for. I'm not sure if I went and sold enchiladas, if that would still hit with people that were like looking for fresh fruit, okay? So understand that you don't always want to go after what's the most popular, right? We already kind of learned that from high school, that like, who's the most popular? It's not always out that it cracks up to be, okay? The second part of this is that you can use research tools to help you go faster. When I was first starting, I used Publisher Rocket, but when I found BookBeam, I fell in love because BookBeam showed me how much a book made every day without going on another website, and it actually gave me more ideas for profitable niches with low competition, okay? So that's number 1. Number 2, an important aspect of making that 10K, your first 10K with 5 books, is having books that you are proud of. If you publish a book and you would not buy it, do not expect Amazon to sell it to a customer, okay? Be proud of your book enough that you would actually buy it and take pictures of it to create your own A+ content. This is really a great place for you to learn about medium content books. These are things that have pages that are different. Coloring books, maze books, word searches, activity books. You can even mix these around. My activity books are typically have a maze in it, a word search, and some type of learning page. Now, that's a big clue in how I make my money on Amazon KDP. I help parents educate their kids, okay? So the parents will pay more because they want smart kids. How do I know that? That's the type of kids that I'm raising, okay? Let's dive into number 3. The third important step to remember when making 10K in passive income from 5 books on Amazon is to have covers that convert and keywords that convert. The crazy part about this is when you go to the help desk on Amazon, I call that like Jeff Bezos help desk. He literally says, try using phrases that customers type in. Like, he tells us how to make the 10K online. It blows my mind. These are called customer search terms. Much of the KDP space, the Kindle Direct Publishing space, and YouTube world calls this keywords. But literally, Jeff Bezos, I need to get a picture of him for the desk. He literally calls this customer search term. So if it is not a customer search term, guys, I'm throwing it in the garbage. I'm not even going to use it. It's not important to me, okay? So I'm using those search terms as titles, and I am making them pretty on my covers. I'm using my typography skills. I'm looking at pairing fonts together like Canva shows us, and that is a really important aspect of having a book that communicates to the buyer by me, right? That's what we want. Another keyword practice that will help you a lot is focusing on keywords that are not in demand as much as other ones, okay? The reason why is because this is attached to a real person, and that real person has a really high buyer intent. Like when it is so specific and you're like, whoa, that is so niche, they have their pocketbook open and they want to buy. And so as I focused on that and built a brand around that, the money came in. Okay. Now the 10K did not happen overnight, but 10, 20, 30 royalties a day happened. So a little bit overnight, right? So I don't want you to ever think that you can publish 200 books in 30 days and you're going to make $200. About 80% of your sales will come from 20% of your books. But once you find a profitable niche and you lean into that and build a brand around it, that percent will go up. Okay. That's my personal experience. The fourth thing that really helped me get here fast. Ready? Any guesses? Drum roll. Blah, 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 blah. Amazon ads, book ads, ads that work. Okay. What I teach is called the book ad scaling roadmap. Every single book that I publish is turned on in an automatic campaign. This automatic campaign then has a very high budget and a very low bid amount. And what I'm doing is I'm going to the marketplace with 20 cents and I'm telling Jeff Bezos, like, if you can get a buyer for 20 cents, like, take all my money. I'll keep giving you 20 cents. But a lot of times we go to the market and we're like, Beth, Bezos. It almost sounds like Back to the Future. Biff, right? Biff, I've got $1. Sorry for yelling. If we tell Amazon that we have $1 to spend on each customer, we're going to get charged that in clicks. And then we're going to be out of our budget. And so my bootstrapping, mommy heart, like, I want to do this as most affordable as possible. And so that is why I use this strategy to have a really low bid amount so I can control the budget every single day and I don't have to worry about it, which is so much different than Facebook ads. I have had a Facebook ad on for 30 days. It's like a world record. I might invite you over to my house for a party because I'm like shocked. Okay. The thing about Amazon ads is that it will optimize for visibility if you use the right keywords, and then you can scale those campaigns. I've had 3 campaigns on for 3 years. Isn't that like shocking? That would be like a bigger party than the Facebook ad one, but they're a lot more peaceful than Facebook ads. Okay. So the fifth thing that one more thing about ads is that you want to pay attention to the sales that come in organically because you had ads on. A lot of times people turn off their ads too quickly because they don't even know that the organic is a result of the actual Amazon book ads. So you want to keep track of that. There's been many times where I've had a bad day on Amazon ads and then I go look at my dashboard at a 7-day window. And I'm like, I killed it. I put in $1 and I got $5 back, which means I put in $200 and I sold $1,000. It's a money-making machine if you do it correctly. And the basis of that is keyword research. Okay, let's dive into the last one. Most of the work that you're going to do, you need to do up front. And that's why a lot of people never get to 10K with 5 books because they're not willing to put in the work. So I want you to understand that if you don't quit, you can't lose. And I want you to put in the work to figure out that niche, because once you have that niche, you just go in on it. And this is what we call like set and forget income, where most of the work was done up front and then the income comes in month after month. And I was actually thinking about this with different income streams, where like Amazon ads has been one of the most reliable for me because I can control what goes in and what goes out. And so that is so, so powerful. So I just want to reiterate for you to get to that $10,000 in passive income, that first $10,000 from those 5 books, those medium content books. Maybe you've got some high content mixed in there. Maybe you have a little bit of notebooks and journals. That you don't need hundreds of books. You need the right ones. And so I have a free training coming up. I would love for you to attend this. I think it will give you a lot of clarity and we can hang out live. I'll put the link in the description below. But I want you to just think about the power of knowing the customer and niching down enough for you to have that passive income. Let me know what sticks out to you for these 5 things that we've talked about. Picking the right niche, having quality books, making sure they have coverage that convert, turning on ads to scale that to the moon, and being able to set and forget it, understanding you put the work up front. I love you guys. Here is another video that YouTube is suggesting, and I'll see you in the next one.